To log in, excuse me, live, but I have someone here that is going to help me co-host the show, and we're going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. I'm excited because he and I like talked like forever last night, and he's just me. I'm gonna prop my little thing up here like this, and hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay.
There we go.
So hey. See, I know it.
Look, you being nice to me.
Right? That's okay. That's okay. Look.
Boom.
How they call it? Nigger it. There you go.
Jimmy
Okay.
Riggett.
All right. Hey, y'all. I see you're already logging on. Hey, everybody. So, welcome to the Nita and Mocha Rose show. Tonight, we have in the house with us a very special guest, Mr. Michael Murray. And I'll just get straight to it. Who is Michael Murray? Let me put my glasses on. So, look, be trying to squint, so, you know. But, so I played, who is Michael Murray? He's a former U.S. Marine and Iraq veteran. Thank you for your service. Y'all can't see him because look, I'm a work everything around when
I'm gonna hop behind you,
really
give him a look.
Actually, you could have came and sat over here if you wanted to.
We could have, right?
He thinks that I bite because I got this on. So, but anyway, I don't know. But he's a U.S. Marine, Iraq War veteran who on July the 5th, actually, he announced his candidacy for California State Assembly. Did I say that right?
That's right.
Okay. And for District 76, which I live in District 76. I learned that yesterday. Carlsbad too, right?
Yeah, it's...
Mocha, you're in there. You're in District 76 too. And he's not just a Republican, but he's a liberty-minded Republican who will fight for the taxes and defend for personal freedoms and make our cities affordable and put public safety first. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
right.
Because
I need some safety up there. You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Michael, Mr. Murray, I open the floor to you. Go ahead and jump on in.
All right.
Get in where you fit in.
Well, just to kind of clarify what the 76th district is everything inside of Oceanside, Carlsbad, Vista, Encinitas, and Camp Pendleton, North and South. Like you said, I announced my candidacy. Well, launched the candidacy on July 5th. I announced about 3 weeks before that.
Oh, okay.
Just
made it public.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since then, things have been going great. We have a huge amount of support, much more than I actually anticipated, and so
you know it's gonna really bubble up.
My confidence has definitely increased
Yes.
day after day. So
yes.
Excited to be doing it.
Okay, awesome. He's my co-host for tonight since Mocha is not here, and we're going to be talking about some stuff. So is there anything else that you want the people to know about you? Like, where's the website that they can chime on to? How can they donate to your, to your, to the charity? How can they support you just all the way around?
So we have a couple of different platforms. Obviously, you can go to the website, which is michaelmurray4assembly.com. That's not the number 4. It's spelled out FOR.
FOR.
Okay. And same thing on Facebook, Michael Murray 4 Assembly.
Okay.
Spelled out, and when you go to the Facebook page, the link for the website is there. So social media is probably the best way to do it because you
so
can.
They're gonna be like, add me.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? We've only been open for 48 hours, and we already have right around 250 followers and likes, and it's been a really great response. And so if you go to the Facebook page, the link to the website will be there. When you go on the website, there'll be a big red donate button.
There you go.
And like I said, whether it's $25, $50, or $5,000, everything counts because I got to raise like $150 by March.
Okay, and we're gonna be praying that he gets it. He's gonna get it, of course. And he got my vote already, so So I see y'all logging on. Hey, y'all, happy Monday. Okay, so we got all of that out the way. I wanted to talk a little bit real quick about the homelessness because you and I was with him last night, you all, and we talked, and he was sharing his story, and I was just like, woo, if Mama D wasn't blocking us, I was going to get up and run. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting for us to be out there that long.
Right?
I mean, it was like after the interview. We were supposed to just be wrapping it up, and next thing I knew, it was like 3 hours.
It was like, okay, and everything that we talked about, I was like, oh, hold up, this is, da-da-da-da. Hi, Miss Diane. Yeah, Donna. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much, y'all, for logging in. They're coming on in,
Mm-hmm.
and so we really did. We talked about like everything, and everything was like so interesting. But
Mm-hmm.
then when you shared your story about your homelessness, and our stories mirror so much of each other, and I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, whoa, he's a female version of me, you know. But um, oh my God, your story is such a testament. I don't want to tell everything. I want to, you to share what you feel
Yeah.
comfortable with. So,
Well, I like to think that my story is pretty much the American story. The
mm-hmm,
reason why it sounds so relatable and
mm-hmm,
dynamic is
mm-hmm,
because honestly, we all kind of go through it. There's
mm-hmm.
nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
Everybody is one or two paychecks away from being on the street themselves,
Hello.
and we really take our security
Mm-hmm.
for granted. And we
Yes.
think our
Yes.
job's gonna last forever. The company I worked for shut down
Yeah.
randomly.
Yeah.
The secure marriage that I thought I had
Mm-hmm.
wasn't there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the things that we take for granted every
Yeah.
day, it
Nothing's
can go in a
promised.
second. And so, you there's so many different types of personalities out there, but humans are humans,
Mm-hmm.
and
Some are just crazy than others.
some are crazier than others, and some have more tenacity than others.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
while others will experience pain or negative stimulus,
Mm-hmm.
they'll crumble under
Yeah.
that pressure. While
Yeah.
other people will say, "I will do everything I can to make sure I never feel that
Right.
again."
Exactly.
And at first, I was the first option.
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely a victim in my situation,
Yeah.
and when you try as hard as I do to be a good person, like I've
Mm-hmm.
always consciously tried to be a respectful person and
Mm-hmm.
make sure people around me feel empowered
Right.
and things
Yeah.
like that. When you try hard to be good
Mm-hmm.
and things go bad, you want to blame other people.
Right.
It's like there's no way, because I was perfect. There's no way I messed up.
You messed it up.
Yeah, but
Yes.
even when it comes to just admitting that you trusted the wrong people,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you should not have been so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to come to some real realizations, and so now I'm on a path where, like I said, I will do everything I can to make sure not only that I'm never a victim to circumstance,
yes.
but to keep other people aware
Mm-hmm.
of how in control of your decisions you actually are.
And it's okay that we fail because, like you said, we're humans and we're gonna mess up. But the thing is that, like how you kept saying last night, you're making sure that that never happens again.
Mm-hmm.
And so you feel so strongly about the homeless because you have literally walked in the shoes of that.
Yeah.
And in December of 2018,
Mm-hmm.
through the USA News, they reported that California and New York were the major states that had the most homeless. The
Yeah.
population, 69% in California.
Yeah, so I was destined to be homeless eventually, being
Well,
that I live in
right?
California and I'm
We
from
were,
New York.
so
Yeah.
now you're destined to get in there and win all these votes and everything, go to Sacramento, handle business, come
That's
back
right.
home and be like, look, I'm carrying this torch for us, y'all.
That's
like
right.
for us. So
That's
speak
right.
those things not as though they are. Faith without works is dead. So he has his faith and he's stepping out and he's going to go up there and going to do his thing.
Yeah,
Da, 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 da,
and just trying to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Every day I'm learning something
Yeah.
new,
Yeah.
and I'm usually in a room with people that are smarter than me,
Yeah.
that have more experience than me.
Yeah.
But you
That's
can't-
how I feel tonight, y'all. I feel like he's smarter than me. He has more experience.
hey, listen, man. When it comes down to it, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Uh-oh.
So you want to be in a place where you're being challenged, and I think that's probably what I'm most thankful for in my
Yeah.
life right now.
Yeah.
I'm around people who challenge me.
Put
I'm
them
not
better.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
the most charming person in the room. I'm not the smartest person in the room. Everybody around me has degrees, and that forces me to kind of rise to the occasion
Yes,
and
yes.
show myself what I'm capable of. You
Yeah,
know?
show yourself approved.
Mhm,
Yes, show
exactly.
yourself approved. And so that is really just awesome. You all make sure you please log on to the website so that you can check out this young brother who I'm going to try to navigate and work this phone so that you all can see, but you're chiming in. So look, I used to use this for my, let me see. I always have to like prop it up. Mocha be having stuff over there, and she does it, and then she has her little thing. So I'm gonna
You gotta
move
get
it
some sand in there or
a
something.
little bit. I know, huh?
Get some
So
grip
I'm gonna
behind it.
move it just a
There you
little
go.
bit so that you
There
all
you go.
can see them.
Hey.
There you go. So we'll just do it like back and forth, back and forth. Well, I have two
Okay.
phones actually, so I can
I
just
know,
go on
right?
the other one and do it that way as well. But okay, so you are my host for tonight, and You do look like Bill Cosby. That's the first thing that popped up on my page.
I just downloaded that Face app.
Oh my god!
And it make you look
and
like 30 years older.
Even rougher, like. Damn, like he just woke up like, what's going on? Like, we're talking about this app, you all, that makes you look really aged, so you can see how you're gonna look in the.
But it's so realistic.
The latter years. Oh, Jesus!
It's so realistic. I just.
But they say black don't crack. I mean, you don't look. Yeah, like your skin look good and everything. It's just that.
Hey, listen,
like,
they say that, but according to that app, I'm cracked in that picture. I am cracked in that picture.
Oh
but
if
if I'm like 75 years old looking like that, I wouldn't be too mad.
Yeah. Well, we're 75. Yeah. We're just grateful that we,
alive at 75, right?
Point. Yeah. So, speaking of which, so I was reading today, browsing through, and did you know? Speaking of hustling, because you have a lot of like side hustle stuff that you do, a lot of stuff. And we're gonna talk about that in a second, but so I got this one to come up. So I was looking at Erykah Badu because I was wondering, like, hey, where's this chick been all this time? And so, did you know that she's a doula?
A doula?
Yeah, a doula. DOULA.
I don't even know what that is. No.
Oh, okay.
See, you said I was smarter than you. See? So what is a doula?
A doula is, well, she calls herself Badula.
Okay.
Like Erykah Badu. So she has delivered 40 babies already. Like, she's helped women have their children.
Like a midwife.
Yeah, but she's not. She's going to school to become an actual official midwife, y'all. But she's a doula, and I was like, wow.
That's
and then she says that she's delivered 40 babies. And she delivered 3 of her kids at home. And I was like, I don't think that I want to be reaching down there like that.
I'm a naturally curious person, so I'm probably gonna go on Google and look this up a little bit. But I have 2 kids, and I was there for both of those deliveries and cut those umbilical cords.
In the hospital.
In the hospital.
Okay, because
she I ain't feeling that whole bathtub thing.
Yeah, she was at home, and she was like, she said that she was on a flight and she redirected the flight. She was about to get on the flight. She redirected the flight. Hey, everybody's chiming in on both ends. I don't know how that works, but anyway. But she redirected her flight to go to be with her best friend who was in labor for 52 hours. I was like, Jesus.
Nah. Listen, man.
Like, oh God, I don't think I wanted a baby.
It takes a special person. It takes a special person to do that, because I'm gonna tell you, love kept me in that room.
Right.
Love kept me in that room.
What is that coming out? Like,
there is so much fluid involved.
Yes, it is.
You know what the funny thing is? I faced a lot of disappointments with the birth of my children.
Why?
I have 2 because Hollywood sold me a dream.
Oh my God.
Hollywood sold me a dream. In every movie where there's a baby being born.
Yeah. They just come
out.
The
father gets scrubs.
Yeah.
And he get gloves.
He
gets
like
the netted hair. I didn't get none of that. My kids were delivered in the clothes that I showed up in.
What?
All right.
That's unsanitary.
And
that's
I know,
like,
right? And look, the crazy thing is, after it's done, you know how in the movies there's like this room with all the babies in there, and it's like a glass. Everybody looking through the glass.
Yeah.
There's no glass.
They made your baby stay in the room with you.
They was in the room with us, and I was cool with that. But I was a little disappointed too, because I was like, can I pick my baby out in a lineup?
Right, exactly. Like, it's the benefits of birth.
I'm telling you, man. I was like, no scrubs, no head wrap, no glass.
Hey, Sister Whitehurst. Hey, everybody. Oh my God, you poor thing.
Yeah.
Well, now you know what you have to do. You have to have another baby.
Oh no.
And so you can make sure.
Don't you speak that on my body. Don't you do that.
So now you have to make sure that you get the scrubs, you get the works, like the scrubs and the private room.
All I'm doing is praying for all of my friends to have healthy babies.
Right.
No more for me.
Yeah, so she's a doula, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting, because like how she sings. Oh, and another thing she does is she goes to the facilities where the older people are in hospice,
like the convalescent homes. Oh, the hospice places. Yeah,
and she sings to them while they transition into.
I have a friend that does that.
And I'm like, this lady is so, like, the doula part, I can't, like, I don't even know how I'm going to be there, like, for my kids, for the grandbabies, because I'm just going to be like, y'all call me when y'all done, and I'll be up there.
You know what?
Mommy will be up there, but
one of my best friends. Her name is Monique. I've known her for like 12 or 13 years. Okay.
Hey, Monique, shout out.
She does that kind of work. And
really, the doula or the
convalescent type thing.
Yeah.
And she does like in-home hospice care. So she like goes to their house and she stays there for a couple of days. And the beautiful thing about her is she never refers to these people as her clients or her customers. She's like, these are my friends. And so when I talk to her in the morning, I'm like, what you doing? She's like, I'm headed to my friend's house. Right?
That's so sweet.
And but
I think it helps her like mentally too, because if it's like the clients, because when I did caregiving, it was just so exhausting. And and you're doing the hospice and you're sitting there saying, please, Jesus, don't let them die on my watch. This is not on mine.
Yeah, that actually happened to her recently. It was a married couple and both of them were bedbound and the husband passed away. And so now, actually those people right now, the wife is by herself and she's there every day with her. And I don't know if I could do that, man. Just as a Marine, I can't. Like as a Marine and, you know, losing friends and things like that.
And seeing tragic things.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing that as a job, like specifically just that part.
Yeah, exactly. Day in and day out. It does take a special person to do that.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about the stuff that you be doing.
Okay.
Photographer.
Yeah. Yep. I'm a
singer.
Yeah, right. I could barely talk, let alone sing.
Comedian.
Yeah, I did stand-up comedy for a few years.
Okay.
And, yeah, photographer is one of my things, and you know, and it's funny. Most of what I do now is really a byproduct of like new emancipation. Like we talked about last night.
Yeah.
I felt limited in my life before. I was a business banker, and you know, I was married. I had kids, and I always felt like doing anything outside of the things that paid the bills and being with the kids and the family. I couldn't do it, and so now, you know, it's been about 2 years for me being, you know, single and having my own life, and my time belongs to myself, and I give myself no excuses not to do something. If I really want to try it, I'll put myself out there and try it.
That's good, and that's what we need. We all need to do that, to see, you know, our strength and our weaknesses and what we like and what we don't like and stuff. My
first camera that I started using as a professional was actually a gift to me.
Oh wow!
From a friend of mine. He had an old camera, wasn't using it anymore. He gave it to me, and within 2 weekends, I had my first paid gig, and and I haven't gone a week without one since.
Oh my gosh! So you do weddings?
Oh no, no. I do not need the pressure. I do not need the pressure of a bride. But I'll do, you know, family portraits, birthdays, headshots.
No births.
No,
not the baby.
Who gets photographers at the birth?
No, I'm saying like
Oh, you mean like
I'm sorry, not births. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Birth is on my brain right now because of Badula.
Right.
And but you know those cute little photos
I'll
where
do
the
those
babies
too.
do, like they position them in these little different. They are so cute.
You know what? And I did so many of those of my kids without even realizing it. Yeah.
How did you make them like put the little hand under the chin while they're sleeping and just, oh my God,
I'm gonna tell you,
are so
when
cute.
when you see those photos online, what you don't see is about 150 attempted shots to get that
really?
one.
Oh
my
God.
daughter, my oldest, she's 6 and she wants to be a model so bad, and she's so beautiful, a lot of personality, and but she's still 6. She's pretty, but she's 6, and so when I say stand still and make a serious face,
she's like, Daddy, I gotta.
Yeah, it's hard to exactly, man.
They see this stuff on TV.
Yeah, man. I could be like, all right, 3, 2, 1, and when I get to 1, she's dabbing. You know, it's hard to get it, but when you finally get that shot,
perfect shot.
It's
that
magic.
Perfect one.
It's magic, yeah.
I know, because I'm a selfie queen.
You know what? A lot of photographers could probably relate to what I'm about to say, but like all day long, like if I didn't have the passions that I have for my city and for the welfare of the country and things like that, and I didn't have bills to pay, I would do photography.
That's what I was
all
gonna
day,
ask
every
you.
day.
Like,
for
if
free.
you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
I would definitely be doing photography. I see the world in frames. Like all day, all I see are missed opportunities of pictures that I could have taken that I didn't get to take.
Y'all, how crazy is this? We have so much in common. I'm not even kidding you. We both have 2 phones.
Yeah, well,
I just
6
saw
months
your
ago,
other phone right here.
6 months ago, I had 3 of them. I had to finally reduce it down to 2, but this is the one that the city makes me carry. So I answer all of my constituent
You did
emails
say
as they
that.
come
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you all! I'm sitting here with Mr. Michael Murray, and he's my guest, my fill-in. Mocha will be logging on soon. I know, Victoria. Hi, baby. She's saying, "Oh my God, y'all with those phones, the phones," because I'm always like reaching for this phone and saying, "Give me that phone over there," you know.
Yeah.
But they do come in handy, though. They do sometimes come in handy because you can do some stuff with your phones.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're not addicted. Someone said we're addicted to the phones. No, we're not.
Well, you know
we
what?
Just use it for business.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Like because of the kind of work that I do, I have to have the best phones.
No, are
like
you addicted to your personal phone?
Yeah, I'm not.
He is okay.
I'm not an iPhone fan at all. Like I'm a
I'm
big
not either.
Samsung guy.
No.
You know, I got the
I'm
Note
an
9.
Android,
I'm waiting for August. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 is coming out. I'm hearing it might be the last Note that they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but no, like I run all of my business from my phone, and so I need to be able to sign documents when it's necessary.
Yeah.
I need to
Isn't
scan
it
business
crazy?
cards. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can actually look at your phone and it turns the volume up. I mean, it's just kind of scary sometimes.
Yeah, the stylus that comes with this thing is actually a shutter button for the phone too. So like I can put my phone on a tripod and take a picture of us from the stylus.
Shut it up.
Yeah,
These phones. I
it
don't
does
trust
everything.
them. I don't trust these phones. Oh my God. Hi y'all. Thank you so very much for logging in. So we getting ready to get
To the
I
business.
know I have an Apple, but I'm not like really big on the Apple. I love the Android better.
I do
like
too.
the Android.
I like versatility. I need to make it my
Yeah.
own. I change my wallpaper maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Like
I still have my same wallpaper on
like the
both of
stock
my
wallpaper.
phones. And I still have.
That's like the first thing I change.
I actually changed my voicemail from my phone just the other day for this one, but I've been having that one for like at least a good like 5 years.
The wallpaper is the first thing I change, and the voicemail prompt is the last thing because I don't talk on my phone. I don't talk on my personal phone very much.
Michael just called me back.
Yeah. You know who you call. You know?
Right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so are you ready to get into it? So last night we were talking about everything, y'all. Like seriously, some of everything, and whatever, Victoria. We were talking about relationships, religion, politics,
Just battle of the sexes, man, women dynamics.
Yeah, just blah, blah, blah. So you said something that was very interesting because we were talking about relationships and we were talking about marriage, and you asked me like, how did I want my wedding? I mean, did I want a wedding and all of this stuff? And I was like, yeah, I want to go to the Ritz-Carlton Hotel and I just want to get married like out there on the beach. Like, you know, with a small group of family and friends. And you said what?
I said all of that as a joke.
But why, Michael? Why? Why crush the dream?
But exactly that. It's a dream that was manufactured. It's not your dream.
But I'm gonna play devil's advocate with you. But I do have to admit, I did go home and I really did think about it because I did the pros and cons of it, and it makes sense of the things that you were saying. But what about the fact that you're about to be soon to be wife, like she just wants like a small little wedding or something, or just a ceremony,
well,
like
then,
family and friends.
Well, just because I have my views and values doesn't mean if I have
don't give in.
Yeah, like if I got a woman who is very, very skilled at selling the idea of marriage to me, then obviously she's going to get what she wants. But you know, women, you gotta admit.
Some, Michael, some.
Oh, no. What I'm about to say is
all of
you.
us?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah. So you're programmed from the very beginning to want those things. From the toys that you get bought to the shows you watch. It's about being a princess and being swept off your feet by a prince
now,
and
when
having
you
a
say
baby
toys,
doll.
I'm sorry, are you talking about when we're little toys?
Yeah, when you're a
or
child.
big girl toys?
No,
okay,
little kid toys.
I was just trying to
when you're a child and you're getting your Barbies and you know,
your baby dolls
the baby alive, you know, the baby.
Yeah. Oh my
so
gosh.
by the
You remember
time,
that.
yeah, well, I got 2 daughters. I just got my daughter baby alive a couple of weeks ago.
They still make them?
Oh yeah, they look a little different.
What
but
about
it's the
the
same
Easy
thing.
Bake Ovens?
No.
I used to love the Easy Bake Ovens.
They made some good food. I can't lie.
Right?
But no, it's like you get conditioned from very early to be a mother, to be a wife, to be, you know, to want this princess experience.
Yeah.
Not even really being conditioned to want marriage.
But it's a part of the marriage.
No, it's
Michael.
not. No, it's not.
Why do you say
No,
that? Like,
that ceremony has nothing to do with the marriage. If anything, that ceremony, that process of, spending all that money and getting all these people together to witness something that 70, what is it, like 50 or 60% of that occurrence
Failure.
fails.
Yeah, I was gonna say failure.
You're basically making the chances higher because you're starting your relationship in a situation that breaks most people up, which is money.
Do you think it's like a facade that the whole marriage thing, like it's just like too over the top? And
I don't think it's a facade at all. I do believe in lifetime partnership, and I believe.
Well, I'm sorry, not the marriage. I'm sorry, I meant like
The
the
wedding.
ceremony. Yeah, the wedding.
I think,
Yeah.
I think the wedding is a way to show out and show off, and I mean, I'm sure it's a fun party, and
Look at my man.
look at my man, and look at my girl, and we rehearsed this dance,
Right,
watch us do our
right.
dance together, but we gotta be honest here, man. Most of the time, those weddings are things that we cannot afford, and even from our own,
in debt.
we go in debt right away.
Like we divorced them,
Yeah.
and we're still paying like years later. Like the hell, this is like
and
for the
imagine how that man feel, because I know for me, when I first proposed to my ex-wife, I didn't have money for a ring. I proposed with a $25 cubic zirconia ring that she knew about.
I like that.
As a matter of fact, when I proposed to my ex, I didn't even propose with a ring, and she said yes. But
Say we getting married.
but she still had to face her friends and her family. And the minute you say I'm engaged, they say,
With
"Let
a
me see the ring."
Don't you hate that?
Yes.
It's like
It's an instant way to be judged,
Yeah,
right? And so they assume if the
yeah.
ring is small, my love is small, and I just, I remember
or if you
how.
don't have a ring, girl.
Right.
That's a red flag. Look at that. He can't even afford to get you a ring.
And I remember how much pressure I was under. My wife never had to worry about me cheating on her. And,
Mocha's on.
hey.
Mocha, we're talking about, can you see Michael and can you hear him? We're talking about, we already introduced him and everything. We went through all of that. So now we're talking about relationships, but we're currently talking about your favorite subject, which is marriage, which I think actually Mocha would have been really good because she says that she would go away, just her and her honey boo. I can't. Why? I have him over here. Everybody can see him. We can't see him. Why can't? Okay.
Who can't see me? It's live.
I
see it.
know. He said that he could see you, and I have everything hooked up the way that it's supposed to go, but we're talking about. No, I don't have to put my glasses on. She's like, put your glasses on. We're talking about marriage, and so, no, they can't. Why can't they?
I don't know.
Can you see me? Can you see me? You should be able to.
If these are both to the same account, that's probably why.
Oh.
But it
Okay.
says live. But
I know it says live on both of them. And do you see her logging in, Mocha, over there?
No, I see Charles Lewis Jones is watching. Thanks for watching, Charles.
Yeah, thanks, Charles. Y'all. Okay, well, let me put this one. Let me see. Do it like that then.
Yeah.
Okay, how about that?
There we go. That works.
Okay, and then I'll just take this one. Look, we trade.
Right.
See, these phones come in handy, y'all.
Yep.
Hey, Charles. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the Nita and Mocha Rose Show every Monday night right here on World Tuned Radio. I'm going to piggyback off of yours. Let's see if we can do it like that.
Boom.
Oh, perfect.
There it is.
There we go. See, we will make it work.
Mm-hmm.
No, but do you have to hold it?
It's cool.
Okay.
Maybe I can lean it on this too.
I know. We just leave it all on there.
It's all gonna be on the same tripod. There
right?
we go.
But
Boom.
you can see on yours.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, perfecto. If that
Perfect.
works, then there
Yeah.
we go. Okay, so we're talking about. You can just read the replies and whatever if they have something
Okay.
a comment or whatever. The wedding ceremony.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was thinking about that was because when you are doing all this stuff, going through all these notions, months and months and months, and getting a headache and anxiety and anticipation, and then y'all arguing before you even
that's right
freaking get married, because
there is
you're
nothing
just like,
peaceful or joyous
the
about
pressure
the process
of it, and like, well, you gotta wear these socks with this because they gonna be looking, and and it's like we're doing it for other people
and for anybody
not for ourselves.
And for anybody who tries to argue that point, there's a whole show around it called Bridezillas.
Oh my
so
God.
It goes to show that the women are not happy building up to that point. The men are completely submitted.
But wait, Michael, you have to know that's Hollywood, though, because they do amp them up a little bit. They do amp them up and be like, you got to have drama to be on the show. You got to have the drama to be on the show. You got to create this hostility and all of that stuff.
I get it, but it's still real.
But you all right.
There would be no show if it wasn't some reality in it. Right. And but no, the woman is not happy building up to it. A lot of times they're trying to drop 20 pounds in 2 months to get ready to get into a dress. So it's not impossible, but it's not a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
And the man is completely submitted to her. He has no input because he knows everything he says is going to be a wrong answer. And you go through all of that.
And feeling all of these different kind of emotions and carrying on.
That's right.
And but what I was going to say is that your friends are talking about you. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. They're talking about you anyway. Like, look at that. Yeah, you know they ain't gonna make it.
Yep.
I heard with Whitney Houston, they did like the documentary of that, and a lot of people, and it was really sad. I was like, wow, but y'all went and y'all ate food and y'all danced and you supported this lady, but they were like, we just knew that it wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
We already knew. We was counting down. I was like, ooh, that's low.
I'm going to tell you, one of the most successful marriages that I know of right now is actually Denzel Washington and his wife.
Pauletta.
And the reason why, in my opinion, is because it's their business. They've never been the types to be all over the TV, having everybody involved in their marriage.
Yes. Do you know them personally? And if you do, I will be your date to their dinner at their house.
I don't yet, but hopefully one day with a lot of hard work and
I like how you said yet. I like how you said yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
I think a relationship in general, not even just wait until you get married.
Yeah.
I think your relationship should be your relationship. The fewer people that are involved with it, the healthier it will be. Because so when I talk to my friends, right, my male friends, and they talk about how hard it is to keep a woman happy, right? And
it's not really hard.
Before you make that face, when we talk about it, and I have this conversation with women too, I always say this, and if you can argue this, please do. I feel like a woman's happiness in a relationship is completely contingent upon who her friends are at that moment, who she's exposed to.
Oh, I disagree with that.
All right, well, let me give you an example. Let's say
I disagree.
Let's say. Well, listen. If you're one who can keep your relationship yours, then you'll be happy. But
go ahead.
Let's say you got a man who cooks for you 3 nights a week.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
He gives you foot rubs
every
night.
Thank you, Jesus.
He calls you beautiful when you got crust in your eyes, right?
Okay.
And you leave your house every morning feeling like you are the luckiest woman in the world, right?
Yes, blessed.
And you hashtag Bae on Facebook and Instagram, right? And then you talk to the new girl at your job. You don't know her. Y'all just start talking, and naturally marriage comes up. And she's telling you all about her husband. And she says, my husband is so great.
I see it right now.
My husband is great too. And my husband cooks for me 3 nights a week. My husband cooked for me 3 nights a week too. And girl, he rubbed my feet last night. Oh, mine rubbed my feet too.
And girl, he bought me a Lexus the other day.
Oh, even no, because that's out of reach. It could be something small, like in last week in church, he gave his testimony in front of the church.
Now that's challenging.
Now you
go home.
Have never.
You'll be like,
you have never said anything about ever wanting to go to church, but now that woman appears to be happier than you.
Yeah, because of church.
And now this becomes a new barometer of happiness in your relationship. The sad thing is that man doesn't even know that that's the expectation for you now.
Wow.
And so he won't find out until he forgets to take the trash out one day or something insignificant.
Yeah.
And you say, I cook, I clean, you don't want to take the trash out. And when we gonna go to church? You need some God in your life, right?
You need some God.
You need some God, and then he can get that down, and y'all can be happy for 2 or 3 years, and you'll meet another woman that's getting something else that you're not getting. I mean, all the time we hear women say, "I don't get dressed for men; I get dressed for myself." Women competing with other women
But I
all
want to
the
get dressed for
time.
my man, though. I want my man to, you know, see, I'm different. I'm different because my brother and I, my baby brother and I were talking about this. So he's been married. This is his second marriage, second divorce. And he said that he's no longer going to date or be involved with American women.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of deep though.
Yeah, and you know, I had something to say about that because I'm like, look, you know, but he said that he met this lady who was from Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
and she's very traditional and whatnot, and he was just talking about how submissive and everything, and I was like, well, dude, that's your sister. Like, that's how mom raised me, because that's what I saw, 34 years of marriage before she left the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's what I mirror, you know, for my relationship. I
Yeah.
want to be able to give the back rubs and give the foot massages and, you know, cook and wait on them hand and foot. But the double standard of that is, I hate when I've shared that in the past with people, and this is what I get from women. Girl, that's too much. You doing too much. Why
Mm-hmm.
he need to fix his own plate and
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even see anything wrong with that,
There's
because
nothing
that's
wrong
the
with it.
way that my mom did my stepfather that way.
And how long were they married?
34 years.
Now let's go ahead and explore that a little bit, because look, she was married for 34 years
Yes.
because she didn't feel demeaned. She didn't
Yeah.
feel belittled.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't feel less important by just taking care of a man that she loved.
Exactly.
I think the reason why marriages are failing at such an alarming rate is because the lines are so blurred when it comes to what is the woman's job and what is a man's job. And the thing is,
But who's to say? It's like how you said, it's in your relationship. It's not
Exactly.
like, you know,
It's
the
true.
outside sources.
And now there's exceptions to everything, and I believe that your relationship should be your own. And what works for you might not work for other people,
Right, and
which
that's
is why you want to
okay.
keep it your business.
Right.
Because if you know, a lot of times money is an issue. It's like, well, you're not a man if you ain't making more money than your woman. But like we talked about on the show yesterday, the highest demographic of people graduating from college are black women. So that means the likelihood of you making more than this college graduate is very slim.
Yeah.
Being a man is not measured by how much money you make.
Right.
But
Handling your business, taking care of.
you know what? I had a conversation with a buddy of mine recently.
Can Mocha, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can she? Is
Yeah.
that good over there? Are they streaming?
Oh
good?
yeah, they streaming.
Oh, they're streaming.
Jessica said she do all that for her man, and your man is happy, Jessica. Your man is
Go,
happy.
Jessica, go. Yes, girl. Yes.
And Mocha said you should already be going to church. And you're right. I'm a man of God. Look,
He was giving an example.
But that was
of
just
a
the-
non, you know,
yeah.
he was giving an example,
Yeah.
Mocha. See, because Mocha man is in church, so you know.
Yeah, Mocha said people haven't including God in the relationships, the cord that holds everything together.
She's
that's
right.
that's true.
Yeah, yes.
Now the conversation that I had with my buddy turned out really good, because we were talking about what do people need in relationships more than love. And it's a
Now
deep,
wait, can you? Because we talked about love last night too, and
Yeah.
you defined it. So can you define it for our viewers what love is from your aspect?
Sure. A lot of people say that you know, they got married because they felt like they were in love, and they divorced because they fell out of love, and love is this trap that you just fall into and climb out of. And I just don't think love is a feeling. Love is a decision that you make towards somebody who you feel like is worth that kind of sacrifice. We get hired at a job, you know, we make our first 6-figure job, right? Like if you're a person who's only made $30,000 a year, and then finally at 40 years old, you make your first 6-figure job, they'll never have to talk to you about being late. You're going to bite your tongue if somebody say the wrong thing to you. Somebody going to, you know, not hold the elevator for you. It's going to be water off your back.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you feel like it's worth the sacrifice of keeping your mouth shut,
Yeah.
because there's value in that
Yes,
job.
Yes.
And we do that all day at work. But when we come home, God forbid the trash ain't taken out, we ready to cuss our partner out, right? Or
different.
right, but it's not, because if paying your bills is important, paying your soul should be important too. And your life partner is your soul partner.
Yeah.
Their happiness is your responsibility.
So like action, love, you see it as an action.
Love is a verb.
Okay.
Love is something you do.
Yeah.
Love is